Have you ever noticed how two people can stand in the exact same place on paper? Same savings balance, same social security estimate, same age. And yet one of them sleeps just fine at night, while the other lies awake staring at the ceiling fan, wondering if it's all going to work out. Honestly, that's been stuck in my head for years. I'll be standing in line at the grocery store, waiting while someone argues with the self-checkout machine, and I'll overhear little fragments of conversation. Oh, we're doing okay. We should be fine, I think. Or the quieter ones. We don't spend much anymore. I hope it's enough. And I'll think to myself, how is it that two households with the same numbers can feel so wildly different about retirement? Because on the surface, retirement is supposed to be math. Add this, subtract that, don't run out. But when you actually live inside it, when the alarm clock stops ringing, when the work clothes stay in the closet a little longer each year, it stops being about math pretty quickly. It becomes about confidence, about expectations, about how you experience time, money, and freedom. Somewhere along the way, I realized I think about this stuff more than most people probably should. My name is Robert, and I spend a lot of time thinking about money, aging, and why retirement feels calm for some folks and quietly terrifying for others, even when the savings look identical. And what I've learned slowly, through conversations, mistakes, and watching people I care about, is that the outcome of retirement isn't decided by the size of your nest egg alone. It's decided by how that money behaves in your life. How flexible it is. How predictable it feels. How it lines up with the way you actually live, not the way you imagined you'd live when you were 45 and full of ambition. Over the next little while, I want to walk you through something simple but surprisingly powerful. How people with the same retirement savings end up in completely different emotional and financial places, and what quietly makes the difference. Nothing flashy. No scare tactics. Just perspective. And maybe by the end, you'll look at your own situation, whatever it is, and feel a little more grounded. A little clearer. A little less on edge. Here's something no spreadsheet ever tells you. There's a massive gap between having enough money and feeling like you have enough. I've seen retirees with $1 million saved who are afraid to replace a dishwasher. And I've seen retirees with half that amount who take modest trips, buy good coffee, and genuinely enjoy their days. Same country, same inflation, same Medicare paperwork headaches. Different internal experience. Why? Because retirement isn't just a financial transition, it's an emotional one. For most of your life, money came with a rhythm. You worked. You got paid. You repeated the process. Even if you didn't love your job, there was comfort in that predictability. And when that paycheck stops, your brain doesn't immediately adjust. It still wants certainty. So when retirees look at their savings, they don't ask, is this mathematically enough? They ask, can I trust this? And trust doesn't come from balance, it comes from structure. If your money feels scattered, if withdrawals feel random, if every expense feels like it might be too much, then even solid savings can feel fragile. What helps? Creating a sense of income again. Not necessarily a job, goodness no, but a rhythm. Knowing where monthly spending money comes from. Knowing which dollars are meant for today and which are meant for later. separating spendable from don't touch yet. When retirees do that, something interesting happens. They don't actually spend more. They just stop worrying more. And that alone can change everything. Let's talk about spending because this is where identical savings paths really split. Picture two couples, both retired at 67. Both have, say, $750,000 saved. Same Social Security checks arriving each month. On paper, twins. In real life, completely different. One couple keeps spending exactly like they did at 55. Same house size, same car habits, same generous gift giving. The other couple naturally slowed down. Fewer dinners out, more mornings at home, less keeping up, more choosing carefully. And here's the thing, neither couple is wrong. But the outcomes won't feel the same. The first couple constantly feels pressure. They're watching balances. They're second-guessing purchases. They're always thinking 3 steps ahead. The second couple feels roomier. Not wealthy, just comfortable. Retirement spending usually changes whether we plan for it or not. Travel spikes early, healthcare creeps up later, day-to-day expenses often soften. The people who struggle most are the ones who assume retirement spending is flat. It is. It's lumpy. It shifts. It surprises you. The key isn't cutting joy. It's aligning spending with how life actually unfolds. Ask yourself occasionally, is this expense still serving the life I live now? That question alone can reshape your comfort level without changing your savings at all. Social Security might be the most emotionally misunderstood part of retirement. Some people treat it like bonus money. Others treat it like the foundation. And that mindset matters. Two retirees can receive the same monthly benefit, let's say $2,200, and experience it completely differently. One sees it as guaranteed income, a base, a floor that doesn't fluctuate with markets. The other barely factors it in, focusing only on their investment balance, watching it rise and fall. Guess who sleeps better? Social Security isn't just a check. It's psychological stability. It arrives whether the market is up or down. It shows up during recessions, pandemics, and personal rough patches. When retirees consciously build their plan around that income, instead of ignoring it, their savings don't feel like they're carrying the whole load. Same savings, different sense of security. Sometimes peace of mind comes from finally saying, this covers the basics, everything else is flexible. Here's where things get quietly dangerous. Two retirees experience the same market drop. Same percentage. Same news headlines. One shrugs. The other panics. The difference, timing and expectations. If you're pulling money from investments without a buffer, every downturn feels personal. Like the market is stealing your groceries. But retirees who separate short-term money from long-term money experience volatility differently. They know, I don't need to touch that portion right now. That knowledge changes emotional reactions completely. Same investments, same returns. Different outcomes because emotions drive behavior. And behavior more than returns determines retirement success. Nobody likes to talk about health expenses until they're unavoidable. Two retirees. Same savings. One budgeted loosely for health care. The other planned intentionally. Same Medicare. Different out-of-pocket experiences. Unexpected dental work. Hearing aids. Prescriptions that quietly rise in price. The retirees who plan for variability, not perfection, feel less shaken when costs pop up. They don't feel unlucky. They feel prepared. And again, same savings. Different emotional weight. Housing is emotional, deeply so. Same savings. Different housing choices. One stays in a home that's too large, too expensive, too demanding because it's familiar. The other adjusts, not downsizing out of fear, but resizing for comfort. Lower maintenance, lower stress, more flexibility. Neither choice is about numbers alone. But the outcomes, peace versus pressure, add up fast. Retirement isn't about clinging. It's about choosing. The retirees who struggle most want certainty. Exact withdrawal rates. Exact timelines. Exact predictions. But retirement doesn't reward precision. It rewards flexibility. Those who allow spending to adjust, plans to bend, expectations to soften, they weather surprises better. Same savings. Different resilience. And resilience is the real retirement asset nobody talks about. This might be the biggest divider of all. Some retirees carry old scripts. I can't spend money. I might need this later. I don't deserve comfort. Others rewrite the story. This money is here to support my life. Being careful doesn't mean being afraid. I planned for this. Same savings. Different internal narratives. And the story you tell yourself quietly shapes every decision. So when you step back and look at it, really look, it becomes clear. Retirement outcomes aren't decided by a number alone. They're shaped by structure, by expectations, by how money fits into daily life. Two people can save the same amount, invest similarly, retire at the same age, and feel worlds apart. One feels watched by their money. The other feels supported by it. And the difference usually isn't discipline or luck. It's understanding. Understanding how spending actually changes. Understanding the stabilizing role of guaranteed income. Understanding that flexibility matters more than perfection. If there's one quiet takeaway here, it's this. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a livable one. One that lets you breathe. One that bends when life bends. One that supports who you are now, not who you were decades ago. Retirement isn't a finish line. It's a long, unfolding season. And peace of mind doesn't come from having enough on paper. It comes from knowing calmly, honestly, that your money is working with you. And if you're still figuring that out, you're not behind. You're exactly where most thoughtful people end up, asking the right questions at the right time.